Welcome to Eynsford in Kent, 20 minutes away from where I live. Always good for a little walk in the countryside. I was hoping to see some red kites because every time I've been here in the past, which is arguably only about once or twice a year, I see red kites, and they're generally over in that tree line by the road. Now, it was just a brief walk today. I wanted to get out, have some different surroundings. Like I said, I think I said in one of my other videos, I didn't want to keep going back to Elmley. I want to do vlogs on all the places, all the parks, all the nature reserves. A new one every time. This way, I'm going to use up all the local ones anyway. So we parked in the little village around the back. Parking's pretty good here. A lot of free parking. If you look, I think there are some paid places, but generally it's all free, except if you go down to the Lullingstone Roman villa down there. You've got if you're part of English heritage, it's free. Otherwise, £3 to pay. But if you go to the castle past that, there's free parking. So if you're coming here to walk your dogs, I've seen people with their kids and everything, it's free. And there are picnic tables in there. So just park up and come down, because otherwise there's nowhere else to sit. But if you go down there, there's a group of picnic tables with a great view. So parks in the village, and straight away you get all these lovely shops, lovely old buildings, the old village store with all this stuff going on at the back. And where I parked, there were chaffinch. Yeah, so immediately there were chaffinch in the housing area. Males this time, because I think the other day I only had some females. And tree sparrows. I keep saying that, don't I? I keep mixing those up because I've just been to Malaysia and Vietnam. Oh, is he going on about that again? Yes, I'm going about that again. And they have tree sparrows out there. House sparrows, silver top. I'm going to do a bird ID video because it will probably help me. I was going to do a bird ID video, common UK birds and how to identify them. I should do it for myself. So, where was I? Yeah, collared doves, but this is a home of lots and lots of collared doves in the tree. I thought there would have been wood pigeons, but I have seen there are enough wood pigeons here anyway. But plenty of collared doves. And this is this is one of those jackdaw areas. Some areas are crow areas, some areas are rook areas, and some are jackdaws. And this is a jackdaw area. So we passed the village shop after seeing the birds, and you see this river, the start of the river, and this bridge, and this is always flooded here. And if the car's too big, if it's a big 4x4, then it goes through the water. But otherwise, you go over this bridge. So everywhere, if you see like the road here to Lullingstone Castle and the old Roman villa, there are no paths. So listen out for everything, even bikes, cars. You have to get out of the way, but they slow down. Everything's good. Everything's chill here. I mean, look at this. It's beautiful. It's funny enough. I struggle to get out the door today, as I do often. I'm like, oh, I should do some editing. And I'm like, no, get out. As soon as you get out that front door and you smell that fresh air, you're like, that's all I needed. I'm glad I'm out. Every single time I'm glad I did it, but it's just the getting out. So anyway, we crossed over this bridge and the little tea rooms here on the right. Lots of restaurants, pubs in the village, and they're all good. Been to most of them and happy days. Even the main restaurant here we've had a couple of roast dinners in here over the years. Very happy with them. Yeah, this lovely clean river. And no spectacularly interesting birds in terms of waders. You'll get moorhens mostly and mallards for the birders. And again, more and more of these lovely old buildings. And if they're not going back several hundred years, they're going back maybe 100 years, and they different designs, but much more beautiful than all the stuff they're building nowadays. I think we can all agree. Yeah, beautiful buildings, beautiful. I saw some buildings like this I was in Gravesend yesterday, and I was, wow, just Gravesend. Yeah, it's never had a good reputation, but no, it's worth the walk around Gravesend, I'm telling you. Blackbird. So, yeah, carrying on down, and then we come to what really makes this place stand out is the aqueduct. Very, very special. Every single time you can't help but stop and take a photo of it and selfie or a photo. And yeah, just beautiful from every angle. You think, how did they build it back then? And then you, yeah, just, well, it's one of the standout features. Kent has loads of these. People usually think, you know, Hampshire and Dorset and Norfolk, and Kent is amaze balls. So yeah, and then just past the aqueduct, you've got the road up to Eagle Heights. We did this, I think, 3 years ago. So just be on guard that there's a very slight chance you might be sort of walking around and a very big bird of prey goes over if something gets a bit too far from the heights, because they let the birds go and they fly around and come back. So if you see a Harris hawk or a white-tailed eagle, it's not a lifer if you've never seen one. It's from the reserve, and you know, occasionally birds go missing from raptor centres. But they've got, I think they've got, is it huskies? I think they've got a husky thing there and a llama. Yeah, here we go. Llamas. Yeah, one of the things a lot of people might mention is, I think I'm not sure if that's the hairstyle of it's one-eyed, but a lot of these zoos and centres actually take in injured birds, and that's why they're there. They're not, you know, taking them in and trapping them and, you know, then selling them off to the public as, you know, displays and exhibits. They've actually rehabilitated, and the bird really can't go back into the wild. Often this is the case. So yeah, along here, robins. I mean, in the summer you'll get all the whitethroats and things like that. It's not amazing for birds. I've never got anything super rare down here. Often you do, like I say, when I got down to Lullingstone Castle, straight away there were 3 raptors in the air to go all the way down there, but they were over by the road. A couple of buzzards, which didn't get too close. I started off by getting one relatively far and poor lighting, and then the sun came out a little bit and lit one up a bit better. And then there it was, the unmistakable fork tail of a red kite. Again, it was distant, but it's a little, thank you very much. This is what I came here for, and I've got it, even if it's distant. It's a little tick. I've always thought with these fields that surely there's going to be a barn owl hunting over them. Never did see it, but then I don't come here often enough, so I can't put my expertise forward of knowing everything that goes on here. So yeah, if you go down to, now forget all these no entries, you can walk through them. They're all good for paths. You can't drive through some of them. They're footpaths, and you can go through. Now, if you go left past this cottage, we've done it once before because I wanted to do a loop, because usually you have to go up here and then come back the same way. And I thought, well, let's make it interesting, go around. Just be aware, there's a big chunk of the road where there are no pavements. So you can't do the loop. It's safely, especially if you've got kids and dogs and stuff, or people of limited mobility, up this road and back again, same way you came. Here's the safest feature. Anything else to mention there? Horse stables there. And yeah, this one was giving its teeth a good scrape. It was a bit antsy. I saw it running across the field before it came over and started scraping its teeth on this post. And really random. I mean, it's not a completely rare bird. I mean, I would have been excited to see it 4 years ago, but there was a little egret in the field, which, you know, I've never seen down here before. A really random wader, unusual wader for these parts. I mean, it literally is in this river all the way around. You'll see nothing but moorhens and mallards. And then, oh yeah, there was a pheasant. I saw a pheasant flying earlier. I thought, oh, it would have been good to add to the little species list count today. And then I saw it walking in the field, so nice for that. Lots of the dotted houses dotted with probably feeding stations, and they've got house sparrows and great tits, blue tits, flocks of goldfinch, and then I saw a couple of crows being very loving to each other, having a little preen in the distance. But as you can see, when you walk all the way down here, and you just keep walking past all these houses down this path, and on the left the horse fields, and you get to the Lullingstone, beautiful Lullingstone Castle. And I still haven't gone in there yet, but it's open. I think it said April to October it's open, so it's closed now. There's a barrier over it. But it's one of those things, it's English heritage, and whenever we've been for a trip somewhere, Norfolk, whatever, we sign up for the English heritage. go in one place and then don't use it for 6 months, and I end up cancelling it. So I don't know if you're the same. I end up thinking, you know, look, it's really expensive to go in just once, but it ends up being cheaper to do that than buying it for the whole year. That's how they get you. They want you to sign up and then forget about cancelling it. So I'm sure that's how most places function. It's a bit like gift cards. I think that's most of it covered now. Yeah, moorhens, mallards, same. Yeah. And wood pigeons, you hear that flap. I think that's everything for now. It was just a little walk today. I wanted to introduce you to the place, show you all the great old buildings, tell you to come down here for a walk, enjoy the restaurants, beautiful Kent. And I haven't even been into the other part of Eynsford, the northern section, where there's a little river and a pub, and you can, you know, go take your shoes off and get in that water. But look, see this, you have to be wary of all the cars coming down here. So just be paying attention, but everybody's good here. Everyone's relaxed. Don't worry about it. But like I say, with these vlogs, I'm doing short ones because I can only come out for sort of 3 hours while there's sunlight in the winter because I work nights. So hope you enjoyed it, and come down and enjoy Eynsford.